Heerenveen in the Dutch league have actually picked up a little bit lately. However, it wasn't long ago that they actually looked like they could go down. A team that's helped produce good players such as Hakim Ziyech and Martin Ødegaard seem like they're getting there a little bit, but could still use a bit of help. As today's rebuild's a little bit different. As you can see, a trophy cabinet. You may be asking what for? Well, unlike any other rebuild we've done, we have to win every trophy possible with the Dutch lads. Oh, and another thing, because we're going far with this one, I'm not having anyone else take the credit. And do you guys want kits like this one, or even this one? If you do, make sure to check out Soccer Deal Shop, link in the description. Cheap and affordable replica kits, and if you use MWS in the promo code checkout, you get yourselves 10% off. If you could tell, that manager was supposed to be me, as this is the team we're taking over. Oh, and it goes without saying, we don't have to win the division below us. We don't care about that. It's all these trophies we care about. We want to win the Eredivisie, Oranje Beker, Super Cup kind of depends. I don't think I'm going to count that. Like if we do with an English team, the Community Shield doesn't count, but the other three, Champs, Europa, and Conference all do. As I believe it's 5 trophies altogether, as this is the team that we're going with, sticking with the default formation. As the players we have, I mean, Noppert, our goalkeeper, best player, Osman Sario, or Sarawi, I've probably said that and butchered it. He looks our best player for the future. As speaking of the immediate future, back to the team sheet, I feel like we need a right back for starters. Then maybe we could move on to an attacking midfielder and striker, but of course, all in due time, as our budget for season number 1 is not great, just like the form of the team. 6 million euros, and that's not enough, to be fair. Sign contracts and really set up a youth academy. As this is what we're working with in terms of our academy, started with a 3-star scout. As Giovanni Sanders looks our best player, he's gonna have to wait though before he gets in the squad. He's not 16, but Sem Kramer is, Joshua Peters is 17, and Kaj Simon. Gonna start by getting a lot of these younger players out on loan, but we need to make signings. As I've done something weird here, or not really weird, I've signed a very, very young player out of position. As for our right back, I've gone ahead and got Serif Ngaha, who's come from PSG. That's right, before I've even touched the develop plan on players, my plan is to loan out as many as possible. That includes players already here, new players, but Ngaha, I've got different plans for him. Seeing as we don't have much money, the best thing to do is buy a youth player and stick him in the team. As I am going to do that though, I'm going to switch him to left back just to make sure the AI doesn't take him out. As yeah, that's all folks for season number 1 in terms of signings. On to the league, as Heracles is the first game up. Is that Hercules? I don't know, I'm guessing so, as that's our team. Not exactly what I want going into season 1, but of course, we've got a long process, and in our journey to win every trophy possible, Heerenveen start off quite poorly. And due to the magnitude, that's a big word, of this save, we're not going to stop halfway for long. But after 18 games of the season, we are not really close to top 4. Or not as close as I'd want to be. As we're getting a little bit of growth, though, out of our youngsters. And a good thing on the subject of young players, Giovanni Sanders get into our first team. As I decided against loaning him out, we did loan some other players out, as unfortunately not a league win first season. Still, I'm not too disheartened. 11th place finish, we're clear of the bottom, but still not pushing. Nothing really special, as the Oranje Beker, we don't win that trophy, Ajax do. They're gonna be the team to really beat, but it was PSV that ended up beating us. And we don't need to check our European competition, just our team, and there has been some growth. Noppert, our goalkeeper, doing quite well, but Ngaha, he's the main player to grow for us. Also both wingers, Sarawi and Walemark, who is only on loan. Probably expensive to buy him, but then on the bench we've got Loidzu right there, and Sanders. The man ended up playing. We did change his position to left mid, but now I look at it, Probably want to change it to right, as Sarawi dominates that left midfield slot. And Charlie Webster, man, come on. Such good growth. Plus 12. It's just a shame he did it at such a crap club. Not a fan of Lincoln City. As our top scorer, of course, our striker, the Moldovan, and I'm just going to call him that because I'm not pronouncing his name, Amsford, second, all right. Not much growth in him, but some growth in Wallimark, and to buy him next year, it might cost quite a bit. As straight into season number 2 with Heerenveen, we need a better bit of money, and 10 million euros will do just that. It's not a massive fee, but enough for us. We're gonna call it about 8 million after contracts and the youth. Yes, I still want to go with youth. As speaking of it, we've got this man on the bench, Carl's back, but I want a new striker. He is 21-year-old and 65 rated. He could maybe be a future backup. But at the moment, we need someone to either replace or play with maybe Ion the Moldovan. As youth players we got back, I mean Joshua Peters and Kramer and Simon, probably all still need another loan. However, one player we did loan out last year, a right back, Oliver Brown. He's grown quite a bit. He can play centre mid, but we're not going to do that. We are going to play him right back, as he's only 20 and I loaned him out because he wasn't good enough season 1. And we can sell Call-Alert. His name almost sounds like Call Alert. As another alert we have to be aware of is bringing back Charlie Webster, who we loaned halfway through last season for $3.5 grand. Saved him from that terrible club Lincoln, and we need him to make friends, as he's an Englishman, and the first signing I want to make is the English backup striker. That is after, of course, we check our academy. A lot of good potential players, but the only one showing it at the moment is a decent centre forward in Jimmy Jansen. What a fun name that is, Jimmy Jansen, as I'm going to put him as a striker on the bench. Screw it. Or no, actually, I'm going to regret that. I'm going to try and get him out on loan and bring a new striker in, as here is that first signing. I alluded to the Englishman coming from the Championship, or maybe the Prem, I don't know, but before we see him, we're selling some players. That's right, to afford the players I want, we have to sell, and Mateo Joseph is the backup man, coming all the way from Leeds United. And the man joining him straight afterwards, another one from the Championship again. He's actually better than Joseph at the moment though, Ziam Fleming of Millwall, as this is the new look team for this year. Not the strongest, of course, but you've got to remember we're going for the youth approach. We've got to win every trophy. We need to build stability. That matters more than anything else, as our first game, Fortuna Sittard. And let's try and start off with a win this time. I mean, a draw. Still, it's better than last year, as we'll continue with our second season now and see how the youth players doing and our team halfway through. And I mean, are we challenging up in the table? This is a bad thing. This is actually a bad thing. Now, I know the quality of the Eredivisie isn't the highest in the world, with all due respect, but we need to win the Conference League, Europa League, then the Champions League. At the moment, I believe that's Europa League, maybe? I don't know, but still, so far we are undefeated. But will it stay that way come end of the year? Who knows? But also, one thing I've realised, Collard has been sold to Everton. Now, I don't know how that's happened. I can't remember clicking the button, but hey, we've got a bit of money to spend. Do I actually spend it, or do I save it for next season? I believe next year could be a bigger year than this. And of course, we want to drop down a little bit. We actually don't want to finish in the Champions League spot. And again, I wouldn't mind winning the league at the same time, but of course it's Ajax that walk away with it. We actually finished outside of the top 4. That's going too far, lads. We needed to be in it. But of course, I'm not too disheartened. Of course, I know we're building stability. Still, we shouldn't get beaten by Volendam in the cup. Then again, we'll let it slide for now, as next season I feel is the season for a trophy, as looking at the squad, the ratings ain't too bad. You can definitely tell we need to strengthen the right-hand side of defense. The attack's all fine. Also didn't touch right there on Serif Ngaha. We bought him from PSV and he has grown. What a player, as our best young player on loan at Mansfield Town is Jimmy Jansen, as he's overtaken Giovanni Sanders, who we did decide to loan out for the foreseeable future. Good from the youth. We're gonna get there in time, as I can see why he's now 80 rated. Zian Fleming scored 19 goals in his return to the Dutch League. Bravo, Zian. Right, now, we need to target a trophy in Season 3. There's a lot to win, and we've got to get winning it. As 18 million is an increase in funds, but still, is it enough to win something? I mean, the team looks good enough on paper for the Eredivisie, but not as good as Ajax. And as long as there is teams better than is in front of us, we are going to struggle to win what we want. Replacements, as I alluded to, have to be Sven van der Beek and right back Oliver Broud. I'm going to add to the loan list again because he did well when he literally wasn't at the club. No growth since then, as 2 players refusing contracts. Still, everyone else is signed up and raring to go, which is a nice feeling. And a nice feeling we've got some decent players through in the academy. Just a bloody shame they're all wingers. Wingers. We've got right backs at the club and an attacking midfielder. But we can't forget about Janssen, that has just come back, and he still has to sit behind Zian Fleming. So let's get started with the signings, shall we, right here? A Moroccan, which this squad started with a lot. A lot of Moroccans around Heerenveen, in the team at least, as Ziyech joins the ranks. What a signing that is, by the way, and I know it does contradict what I said about wingers. Sanders probably gets stuck out on loan again next year, but hey, that midfield 3 is 80 plus rated. Brilliant stuff if you ask me. Brilliant stuff as a centre-back as well. Just what the doctor ordered. Welcome to the club, Dean Huijten, who is quite younger than Van Veen, or Van Beek, got the name wrong, and there is the comparison. I mean, a rating less, but 10 years younger. As speaking of younger players, we've got another one, this time Tygo Land, another player that could slide in the midfield as that team, hopefully Conference League football. I saw the rating of Ziyech already go down. 6 million is what we save until potentially January. And yes, I haven't gone ahead and replaced Broud. I'm hoping Hudson at the side of him can help him, as Excelsior the first game up in this year, and I've got a good feeling with the 80 rated. No, we still don't break the bloody 1-1 stalemate draws. And I'm quite confused to start of halfway through. You can see, sat in 6th. Not bad, of course, but when Ajax are 4th, you just think you're missing that opportunity. The thing that's surprising me is the fact we're in the Conference League. Now, I didn't expect to see that, and I did not expect us to get through the group. Yeah, and actually, no, I take them words back. We should be doing good in the Conference League. I mean, if we're going out this year, which I think we will, we need to be getting there again. In the future, as you can see, the team looks very nice. We've still got Sanders out on loan, and we've built the youth up perfectly. Zian Fleming as well, even though he's not young, he is in his prime. And something not entirely in its prime, but looking good, is that budget. So screw it. Do we gamble on a new right back, or centre-back, or keeper? As I believe the way to go about this season is try and win a trophy, not just build, as we've done that for 2 seasons in a row. So welcome to the club, Rome Jaden Owusu-Oduro. And I don't know about this. We finished 4th, which is good on the whole, but I don't know if that is Europa or Conference League here in the Dutch League. Have we got 1 trophy at least? Come on, we don't win the cup. We lost to Feyenoord. Our team is getting better, so we should be doing better. As you can see, no semi-final of the conference, and that's kind of worrying, as we do need to win this competition, and we were beaten 7-4. Horrific on aggregate, and when you look at the team, you realise how truly horrific that was. As putting Loisdu back in the team, that squad is solid. One mistake I did make, not selling Nopper, who's on the bench. We've got a couple of players to sell, actually, who are on this bench. Maybe we sell our Moldovan striker, play Joseph, play Janssen, try and play Land again, as next season we are getting a right back in, and we're making a lot of shuffles. Trust me on that one. As after all, we have 38 players at the club. That is too many. As you can see, I know we've tried the youth approach, but a lot of youth players not cutting the mustard. Right, and we are on track with our position at the moment. It is Conference League stuff. That is good stuff. And contracts are signed apart from those I want to sell. And without further ado, let's see the amount of money. As before selling players, 17 million. And I believe right here, we stopped doing our youth academy, as it's just producing players now like Martins and Bakker, ones that aren't gonna really push to get in the squad. But before we spend that 20 million, we've added to it big time. Look at this, we've sold a few youth players. CX gone. Oh yeah, we sold Thom Hay, that's a big sale. And Noppert, which makes the money 38 million. Now, if we can't build the team that we already have to win the conference, what can we do? As that is huge money. And to be fair, we could maybe change the formation to this one. And I know what you're thinking, Max, what is that monstrosity of a midfield? Well, if you look at it closely, we've got Fleming, who we need to move back. He's got the stats definitely to do so. And Sanders, we can actually put in the team now. Because you can see, centre mid, I'm going to drain him there. But without further ado, that 38 million is going on defense. And a right back, finally. Most of our money going on Milan Vajezwick here in Holland. As he's from Holland, and oh my days, that team's took a battering so far, hasn't it? And you might have seen we had the Moldovan up front, and we've got 15 million still in the bank, but I'm not spending it, as we have Volendam. Already first game of the season, already we need to beat last season on form, as a big start in the league, just what we needed. However, it's the Conference League we've got to focus on, where we've got Trabzonspor, Hearts, and the University of Craiova. Yes, a university team that we need to beat, and I've got faith in that squad. Also, can we get a domestic cup? Right, and I don't like checking the Oranje Beker halfway through. I don't know what it is. I just like looking at the league, and so far, it's not really good enough. Is that a sign, really? Is that a sign that we have to spend what is now 22 million? I mean, I haven't checked if we threw in the Conference League, which I should probably do right now. I'm going to do it right now. Please tell me we're through. And we are through. But again, like last time, preliminary round with Union Berlin, who are real-life strugglers. But it's us struggling, really, if we cannot win our group. I mean, it was Hearts who came top. Then again, they lost a game. We somehow just bottled it in second place. So yeah, do I spend the money or do I not? I've got a feeling I am not. And well, look at the squad at the end of the year. The ratings, by the way. The ratings. I mean, it looks a bit of a mess, which is telling me maybe the formation is wrong and we need to revert back. As I'll go back to this, and to be fair, it's helpful because I know where we need to sign next year. Some brilliant players sitting on the bench as, hey, that's a Conference League final at the Stadion Olympic, Heerenveen. I mean, we've got a good squad and we're taking on Forest. That's sensational, but also important, as in the league, we've bottled it. Finishing 7th in the table means, of course, there will be no European football at all next year. Quite vital we win the cup we're in, as we've already got our first one of the save. Heerenveen have beaten Ajax in the final of the Oranje Beker, which gets us our first trophy. Brilliant stuff. As looking at the team, there's some brilliant players. Oh my days, look at him. Sarif and Hager. We could probably sell him and actually get a cheaper left back. That's another idea. Same with Loizu, who's our winger and backup winger now with only 1 goal and 2 assists. Unbelievable midfielder, but as you can see, we're in the press conference hoping to help win our second trophy. We need to go out there and we need to win a trophy. Nottingham Forest won't be easy to beat, but Heerenveen on penalty kicks make sure they've done it. As in normal time, it was actually Webster and OG who got the goal. Mazilu for them, but it wasn't enough. As season number 5 or 4, I don't know. We've got a team that is in the Europa League, as we didn't even do it in the league. But speaking of, we need to somehow turn this team into one that can compete. As ultimately, we've got to remember that we don't just have to win the Continental Cups. We've won one domestic cup, but the entire league, the Eredivisie title, needs to be ours, as we saved a lot of money last year, and this year it gets added on. 42 million euros, plus the possibility that increases, as we've got a lot of players for sale, and most of these I'm just experimenting with, like Charlie Webster and Tyro Land. We do want one of those to go, not both of them, and I've got both strikers on the transfer list. Or do we just wait 2 minutes as Serif and Gaha? If we could get money out of Man City, this would be big. We could get almost, what, 150 million? Plus the 42 we've already got. And wow, there he goes. He chose Villarreal though. I accepted all the offers, and I don't know if he'll be happy about that. Not getting to the Premier League, as looking at the money we've got, we did sell another player, and I'll show you the sale of him shortly. As there it is, both of our sales. We sold Loizu just a little bit before selling Serif, and that's how we've got almost 200 million. As we've been made to wait though, we're gonna have to play the season without a left back and without the big player that I'm scouting. As do we get an opening day win? We do. That is glorious. Heerenveen, can we win the league? And our aim with this big signing is not only to bring a player back to Holland or the Netherlands, it is to have a statement of intent player, Matthijs de Ligt. A huge signing, 89 rated, and his cost just upwards of 100 million. But I don't think that's bad. It's going to throw Ajax off with him being an ex-player and throw us up. But he's not the only player, as welcoming as well into our new fully Dutch backline, Bjorn Meijer. What a signing, man. What a bit of pristine business. But of course, they're not just here to sell shirts. They're here to sell the team in Europe, growing our reach with Sporting Copenhagen and Victoria Pleasant in a relatively tricky group. As come on Heerenveen, we need to be winning that Europa League and the league as well, as we're not out of the fight, but the team on top only has one defeat, and it is not Ajax. That is actually a genuine surprise to me. We're chasing Alkmaar, although we're not chasing the Europa group stage. We danced through that, and you can see there's a lot of teams dropping down from the Champions League, like Arsenal, like Atleti, which we've got to watch out for, as they've got to watch out for us, although we've got a very weak midfield. The team on the whole is just getting better, I think. Sanders and Sarawi, them two wingers are just to perfection. As another player that seems like he's kind of fitting in now at home is Matteo Joseph. He's always been behind Ion Niculescu, who is running out of contract, but as you can see, Joseph's goals, 11 in 7 games. He needs to be in the team. And can he grow further than 81? And skipping to the end, we have a possibility of doing all of them on the bounce, because we're in the Europa League final. Could you imagine, man, if we did it? Could you imagine if we just went from Conference, Europa to Champs League? I am yet to see our squad, and if it is good enough to win the UCL, as we have won the league, the Eredivisie goes into our trophy cabinet, so can we do the double again? Or is it just the one trophy? Forgot to check the Becker, because of course we have already won it for the objectives, but it'd still be nice to win it. We actually lost to Utrecht in the quarterfinals. Meh. Quite disappointing. And I'm very intrigued to see how many goals Matteo Joseph has scored. As you know what's happening, Heerenveen are putting another trophy in the cabinet and now move one away, the UCL. That is all we need, as Matteo Joseph ended up scoring 20 goals. I mean, 20 goals in 22 games? Not too bad. Zian Fleming in second, Sarawi in third, as can we make it third time lucky in Europe. And here we go, season number... Oh, I forget. I always forget when it gets close to UCL. Can't wait to play football in the best competition in the land as 67 million euros. Not bad for winning the league and, of course, the Europa League. As we need to sign midfielders, but like last season, I'm getting the thought, can we sell anyone else? As a man that scored in our Europa League final, Janssen, he could sell for quite a bit. Or even, and I know this is controversial, Zian Fleming. Could we get rid of him? As it was only an idea, and now it's turned into reality. Wait till you see the paycheck. Zian Fleming has been sold to Atletico Madrid for 266 mil. Now, he isn't worth that. We know that, and I'm pretty sure you know that. But still, £302 million. If we don't win the Champions League with that money spent, as spending money straight away. First things first, we've got to replace Zian Fleming. Jimmy Jensen? Maybe just not enough. Just not enough. So welcome to the club, Martin Ødegaard. That's two brilliant Norwegians in the team, and I think one more midfielder could do it, as it's controversial, but another Ajax man, Ryan Gravenberg, for an expensive fee again. The reason I didn't mind paying that is because I want to trust Joseph and Land in this side. After all, they've done nothing to get dropped, and the first game of the season is Nijerman. Probably butchered the name like I do every name, and these won the cup last year as we're beaten game number 1 with our mega team. What is that all about? Oh well, I mean, as long as it doesn't continue, we only need one more trophy. Don't care if we do bad in the league at all, as long as we beat Chelsea, Leipzig and Shakhtar. And if it wasn't expected already, I mean, it's too close for comfort. We are top of the Eredivisie though, just where I want us to be, but no point in focusing on that. We focus on the Champs League, where we're through against Arsenal, and we only came second in the group. I think we were beaten on head-to-head by Chelsea, the Blues. And this man should be very excited to what he's going to face, his old team. You just love to play your old team. Or hopefully Ødegaard does in his case, as Joseph, come on. Your rating should be going up. I mean, the left back and the goalkeepers has by 1, and Land's getting left behind. Land sliding away from him, as we do have the money to replace him as well. But I am going to spend the money on contracts such as Giovanni's. Come on, Tigro Land. Only really staying in because he is native to the team. But we're beaten by Arsenal 3-2 in the first leg. Still another one to go. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Come on, lads. Don't let the country down. And wow. Okay, we're not doing it on seasons. Or in consecutive seasons, should I say. Arsenal beat us 5-2. Disappointment in the Champions League. As all we can hope for now is luck in the league, right? We've won the Eredivisie again. But I don't care. Might be a weird thing to say, but honestly, I mean, it's got us in the Champions League next year. That's the only positive. And our team, man, just look at our team. We're going to replace Land. I mean, the game's replaced him himself. Charlie Webster's been coming on in most of the games, so that's a change to make as we go into, hopefully, the last season. Yeah, we want to be that graphic. We want to be Jefferson Koundé holding that trophy. Is it Jefferson or... I don't know his first name. All that I know, though, is Land. Get out of my squad. I mean, how much have we got? 83 million, and we only need to make either that one replacement or 2. Yeah, that man up front and that man right there. We're going to get on with it straight away. Spending on a midfielder. As there he is, get gone. He's not even sitting on the bench. Tigro lads let me down big time. Receiving 34.7 million from Chelsea, and his replacement should be through the door in no time. As here he is. Welcome from Manchester United. Don't know how he got there. Alexis Garcia or Alex Garcia. And I tell you what, it's hard to sell Mateus Joseph, and I'll show you why. He stupidly submitted a loan request, which I obviously can't get rid of, so looks like he's staying. But only as a backup, though, because we've signed a player to go ahead of him, and a good player at that. Welcome to the club, Amin Adli. Not the supermarket. That's Aldi. He's going to go up front. And you know what? I think Joseph has literally just disappeared. Maybe I accepted a loan deal for him, but anyway, I don't care. We've got Adley who's gonna play. As here we are at the first Eredivisie game. We've got to keep on going with it. Hey, maybe we win 3 leagues on the trot. But honestly, I couldn't care less. And Ryan Gravenberg, no subs, gives us the win. But it's not that we want to win in. It is this group in the Champions League. And I never actually thought this could be a little sneaky achievement in becoming the best team in the world, winning our league, our domestic league, although not the hardest to win, by not losing a game. Going unbeaten. That would be nice. That would be nice. We only had 1 draw, as we were unbeaten in our group stage. And I can't believe it. In the round of 16. What about this? Arsenal again. And screw it. Straight into them. Straight into the Gunners. Come on, Ødegaard. Beat your former club. He scored in it. He scored in it. A second leg, he scores 2 in. And we beat the Gunners. Swept them aside as, oh my days, it's Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain. Let's rip the band-aid off, though. Let's do it. And I tell you what, Norwegian promise. Ødegaard and Zerui with the goals, and oh my, we have smashed the best team in the world, or the best squad in the world. Gravenberg, Adley with the double, and Zeraoui with the first one. As we put ourselves in the Champions League semis, and it's City. It's Manchester City. Hate this game sometimes. Hate this game. A draw first off. We know what happened when we drew last time. Yeah, we went out and beat the world's best as we do it again. Ødegaard, Adley and Gravenberg. Heerenveen, in their search for world dominance, have Liverpool, which is a team that's dominant around the world. If we win this, we literally have beat the best, as we didn't go unbeaten, but we won the Eredivisie again. We won the Oranje Beker, so that's more trophies. I don't even know if the graphics including them. I don't know if I'm going to put it in or not. As I know one competition that's going in the trophy cabinet, the UCL. If this team right here goes out and wins it, we've got 90 rateds around the shop, and I'm not looking at goal scorers. I've been doing that too much. I mean, when Mateo Joseph scored 20 goals, I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. It turns out he isn't. So come on, lads. Go out there and make Heerenveen the greatest team in the world. UCL final. Trophy right there, and it's at the Benfica Stadium. I love playing at this stadium. Don't know what it is about Portugal, but all the time their stadiums just have a sense of final game glory. Did they really just score when I was about to say the word glory? Yeah, Zubamendi. He's caught us, man. He's caught us when I was on one of my waffles about being good. Turns out we're not that good, and now that's a brilliant start, isn't it? To the Champions League final, going straight 1-0 down. Tad unfortunate as Darwin Núñez is around us. It could be 2 to Liverpool. Get in there, keeps. That was a huge save, as now we've got to run away here. Zeraoui. Oh, that is a brilliant cutaway. It's the Norwegians on a break, and Ødegaard not making the greatest of runs. Still, though, he's got the ball, and on the turn strikes. Too easy for the keeper, though, and Ødegaard, come on, we can do something here. Zeraoui round the corner. It's Maja whipping a ball in. Handball, maybe? Okay, never mind. We'll keep playing on as Martin Ødegaard cuts across. We've grown into the game, and penalty, referee. No, nothing given again. Okay, I see where I stand with this referee. It's Paul Tierney as the ball whipped in. Brilliant save from Costa. As hang on, we just took the corner and they're breaking straight on it. Good job, Matthijs de Ligt. At least someone's covering at the back right there as Maja. We need someone running into the middle of the box. Or, to be fair, the left back could go himself. It is Maja, and what is the goalkeeper doing? As John Maja levels it up here for Heerenveen, the left back with a strike across net that he needed to get right. And I'm dubious. It probably could have been saved if the goalkeeper didn't just, well, jump out the way is the best way to describe it. A very weird animation, however. Liverpool with a free kick, and he's still doing his defensive duties. I'll give the left back that. He's playing very well today as he's still got the ball, and he's in an attacking position, but just before half-time, he needed to get that ball right, and unfortunately, his misplaced pass makes it 1-1. That being the score at half-time, of course, as second half come on. We've got the players in the team to win this. Just that dodgy start that's really done us in, to be fair, and that is good work from our right back. Dragging forward as he's kept on going forward, and Gravenberg's passed it to him. Oh, Laporte again. He's got to be close with these handballs. As we're getting back into this game, we're getting back into it. That's a good ball squeeze through. Martin Ødegaard on his left foot. He can still strike. Need to be doing better. We are better than we're playing. Gravenberg actually rolling the years back against his former team, who are on a counter-attack here and actually have won a free kick on the counter-attack. Right, Rodrigo and Trent are the player stood over it. It's going to be Rodrigo to strike, and wow, okay. Ødegaard, get rid of the ball. He hasn't done, and Sven Botman, another big save. Can we get rid of the ball? What's been blown here then? Okay, our free kick. Wow, I really thought we were going behind there, but still we aren't. And we might have a chance here. We're having a bit of a struggle. Delict, oh my days, he almost lost it in the defense as he hammers it to ex-teammate Gravenberg. And that is the full-time whistle. We go into extra time. As I can't lie to you, I don't fancy this extra time, as also I don't fancy penalties. So let's get a goal here. Adley keeping the ball round the corner as well. Sanders. Can Sanders score? He's in on goal. What a save. As Sanders trying to escape them, and he's still on a run here. Sanders, oh my days, can he go all the way? He's got a little bit of a gap. It's Sanders, the youth player. Good tackle, Sven Botman, though, and I don't like it. We're getting close to penalties. Getting closer to the dreaded spot kicks. Someone just score quickly. I beg. I can't take this. We need to get a tackle in there. If we would have been on a counter as Bobby Clark. Oh my days. If we conceded to Bobby Clark, I would have smashed my PC. Only joking, I wouldn't have done that. But still a corner to come in. Header away by Bjorn Meyer. Up to Sanders, who can run, you know. He's got one defender to beat, and he's beat him. Sanders on a counter-attack. There is no one up with the little man that we've had all save, and he tries to chip the keeper. Still the ball's alive. It's into Gravenberg, and another save. What a save, Costa. He has been magnificent as the Portugueser. Still, we're going to keep this alive. It's Adley. Oh, I was just about to shoot, and that is a cracking tackle. I'll give the player that. We'll just have to play for penalties, as that's the final action. And we go to spot kicks. As are we up first? No, we're not. It's going to be Rodrigo. Puts it straight down the middle. Good penalty, I'll give him that. As Sanders, who wasted a lot of opportunities in the game, doesn't miss his spot kick. Darwin Núñez. It's like Darwin to miss, so let's save his penalty. Get in there, lads. A huge save. I want to actually go bottom corner with Adley. Come on. A lot of promise with you. He doesn't go bottom corner, but he still scores. Ismail Benassa. He goes top corner in some fashion as Martin Ødegaard. He don't miss. Martin Ødegaard does not miss. What a penalty from the man. Just planting it in the top corner as Hakimi. Let's save it. We do save it. As it's down to the man who scored in the game. It's Bjorn Meyer. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and lift it into the top right corner to win the Champions League as he does it. Bjorn Meyer's the left back, the Dutch left back for Heerenveen, has done the almost impossible challenge. Well, it's not impossible, I'll tell you that, as we have won every single trophy we can. Yes, it's brilliant always seeing Champions League scenes, but honestly, we've done so much more than just this game right here. It's actually unbelievable when you think about what we've done as Matthijs de Ligt lift that trophy. Whilst in the meantime, I'm going to say, if you want me to do this, say in the Premier League, Serie A, comment down below.